VIP member today. What's up, everybody? Guns and Radio is live once again, baby.
It's been a while. It's been a long-ass time, it feels like. Even though I think you just said 3 weeks, I was like, are you sure? It felt at least like a month.
Well, there was the 2 weeks for spring break.
Yeah.
And then there was the one we taped last week when we did the April Fool's thing where I was going to butt chug a sweet tea. And
yeah. And y'all fell for it. Ha ha ha.
Somebody fell for it. They wanted me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just like that one time we interviewed Slash.
Yeah. That got everybody because
I got a lot of people, man. My friends were like, "Oh, congrats, man!" I'm like, "Yeah, take a listen to it." And they're like, "Fuck you! How dare you?"
Oh man, that was funny. Well, Bailey's with us today. We've got a very good show for you, and I should probably let everybody over on Discord know so that they can be getting all up in.
Yes.
All up in their chat. Of course, we're happy to have you with us as well. And man, okay, so let's go over what we're going to do. We have a shit ton of rock and roll news to talk about, and we definitely have some Guns N' Roses news to talk about because something big happened while we were on vacation. Shit, I was on vacation and I wasn't touching my shit. I was like, nope, not going to do it.
Yeah. Discord let us know though. So
yeah, sure did. I woke up to like 18 messages from people.
It's like, oh shit, did you hear? Brother, what's going on?
Hey, it's a good problem to have when you've got a podcast like this. So
that's true.
I ain't bitching by all means. I ain't looking to gift horse in the mouth. But I was on vacation. I'm sorry I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, do the news for us, you feeble-minded fool.
You record a video and send it to me, and I'll put it up.
Yeah,
do your own podcast.
Do your own goddamn podcast. It's like they'll just let anybody have a fucking podcast these days.
Yeah, the entry level is low. I use a $20 mic.
Oh, man. But yeah, guys, it's good to see you both again. We're going to cover, like I said, a ton of rock and roll news. It's Izzy Stradlin's 63rd birthday. Woo, happy birthday, Izzy.
Oh, hang on. We got to get a...
I'll give him the old, yay, the old golf clap.
One of those two. Oh, one more.
That's right, kid.
Yeah.
It's Izzy's 63rd birthday, and we're celebrating with one of everybody's favorite bits we do on the show, the Roast Bot. He will be back to roast Izzy Stradlin in just a little bit, plus it's the return of all of our voting shits that we do, and you're going to find out who won the Tournament of Awesome.
Man, not even I know that shit.
Yeah, I didn't know because I forgot about it till he.
When you're like, oh yeah, March Madness is still happening, and it's still April.
Yeah, but all that and more coming today, ladies and gentlemen, for the 342nd time. Welcome to the Guns and Radio podcast.
Motherfuckers to the show that should be heard. Download on your smartphone the show that you deserve. Streaming fucking bullshit, you know that's what we are. Podcast full of madness, into that absurd.
Oh man, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to be back. It's good to see all y'all smiling faces out there as you listen to us sitting on the toilet.
Sitting on the toilet.
We can see you.
Somebody
can. Can you imagine being the FBI agent that's got to watch everybody's webcams when people are taking a shit? And...
Bro, they're not. It's some schmuck at Instagram HQ is watching it. Who knows? If you're lucky, maybe Mr. Zuckerberg himself will be watching you take a nice number 2.
Get a load of this, Zuck.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, I think that would technically still make you a cuck if you watch someone else take a shit.
What? How do you figure?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. Why?
Well, sometimes you can't help but watch another man take a shit.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. People voluntarily let other people.
You ain't never been
wives.
in the woods, boy. You ain't never been hunting.
Yeah.
I forgot what show I was on. It's
I don't know. I just had a random thought. I had to express it. You know how it be on this show.
Yeah.
So one
It's gonna
time,
be what's gonna be.
I was out in the woods with a buddy of mine, and we was hunting, and we was taking the 4-wheeler out, and in our stretch of the woods, they'd built those shitty bridges that went across the real big valleys that we had, or the real big tall ditches, so a 4-wheeler could get across, and it was literally exactly as big as one plank of a. Oh, I don't even know what the fuck. Oh, a plank of wood. It was like this fucking big. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe 3 feet, 4 at best. And they had no rails on the side, no nothing. And it was a pretty high drop when you're a fucking, I don't know, I think I couldn't have been any older than 10 or 11. But probably wasn't as deep as I remember it. But when you're that little, it looked pretty fucking deep. And so me and my buddy had gotten out there, and he had to shit, and he had to shit now, but he didn't know where to shit, so we wouldn't step in it accidentally while we was out hunting. So I told him to just hang over the bridge and take a dump. Well, he couldn't get too close because he was scared he was going to fall.
Oh no.
So I came up on the bridge and held his hands for him.
Just don't love.
God. That's awkward.
Oh, he did the back up and lean, and I ain't gonna tell who that was, but if he's watching, he probably hadn't thought about that in years.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were fucking
Comment if it was
little.
you in the description.
You're that close with him, Dustin.
Well, we were also like pre-pubescent. We were like 10. You know what I mean? So you got to take that into consideration too. But for a couple of 10-year-olds, that's a pretty sweet plan, I will say. Until it got to the part where he had to wipe, and I was like, sorry, bro, you got to figure that out on your own.
You're on your own, dude.
Goodbye socks.
I think that happened when Jeff and Sid were interviewing Dizzy Reed. They asked him what his most like Spinal Tap rock moment was, and it was when GNR was playing in India, and he ate like Indian food that day. Like it must have been like really spicy. And right before they were supposed to go on stage, he had to go to the bathroom, and he went to the bathroom, and I think Dizzy said it in the interview. He said he went to the bathroom. He was wearing a full suit for the concert. He went to the bathroom. There was no toilet paper.
No.
Oh no.
So,
oh man. Goodbye necktie.
Goodbye
Or a
outfit.
Oh, I
shirt.
guess you. Well, nowadays the suit with no socks look is in.
Yeah.
So I guess technically goodbye socks is not out of the equation. Or if he wasn't wearing socks, because that's the look he was doing. That'd be it.
Oh no.
And again, with the money from the Not in This Lifetime tour, I mean, I'm sure all bathrooms are equipped with bidets.
Oh well, fair enough. Fair
That
enough.
and everyone gets their own axle chamber with the oxygen thing. So
Sorry, Axel takes the oxygen mask.
well,
Starts
I mean,
blowing
they're at that
air up
age
there.
now. I'm surprised. Like they're in their 60s and doing 3-hour sets and shit. They gotta be able to breathe. Can't wheel on stage.
I mean, Slash as a pacemaker, I'm sure he's got to have like an oxygen tank at times.
Yeah, that
Fair enough.
man could like electrocute at any time with that pacemaker.
So, man, when I was a kid, there was this old man that used to come visit my great-grandmother a lot. And he would tell us stories about when they were growing up, how they didn't have toilet paper yet. And they used outhouses. So I asked him, I was like, well, how did you wipe when you were done? And his answer was, well, you'd either try to get you some leaves and get as much of it off as you can. He goes, or I found a flat rock would work the best. And we were like, a rock? How do you get all the doo-doo off with a rock? And he goes, well, it won't necessarily get it off, but it'll smear it around enough that it'll dry up and flake off.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Oh, man.
what the
I know, right? That fucking nasty.
Ah.
Hope y'all are eating dinner while y'all listening tonight.
Yeah, those stories.
Can I get you a chocolate mousse, sir?
Jeez. Oh gosh.
Oh man, we got some shit to do. We got a lot to get to. We've been fucking off
Literally.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, okay, come on.
So what do we want to do first? Do we want to do the news? Do we want to
Let's. I think we should recap our Tournament of Awesome for those who missed out for the last little while. Then we can get into the Fantasy Rock Draft right after that.
All right, well, let me just pull up the old bracket here. I don't have a slide for the bracket because I wasn't going to talk too much about it, but we'll cover the basic brackets. So when we last left you a month ago, we had gotten into the final match of the Tournament of Awesome between Boobies and Puppies. So let's see who all Puppies defeated first off, because I'm pretty sure they're not going to win. First off, Puppies got in the game with the number 22 seed when they defeated a pen that writes smoothly in the first round. Then in the second round, you guys decided Puppies were even cooler than a hot shower on a cold morning. Then in round 3, a spontaneous adventure with friends was once again no match for cute, adorable little puppies. And finally, in the, what would that have been, semifinal?
Yeah.
In the semifinals, a long, uninterrupted nap was barely defeated by the adorableness that is puppy dogs.
The mighty wrath of the adorableness that is puppies.
That's right. And guys, also I'm going to tell you, Boobies has not had nearly as an adventurous of a Tournament of Awesome. They have gotten through with flying colors, almost with 100% votes this whole season. And to think that they were randomly chosen, this is how you know our shit was randomly chosen. They were the number 25 seed. So
Real
of
Cinderella
course,
story.
what surprised me was their first victory, which was against getting a random text from a friend. You guys just didn't like your friends near as much as you liked Boobies.
Yeah, I guess fuck those guys. I don't know.
Up next in round 2, they easily defeated Cookies. And then in here's another one that surprised me. In round 3, you guys decided Boobies was better than getting the perfect parking spot, which kind of shows that you guys aren't as old as I am.
Or maybe these people don't have their driver's license.
Yeah. That or they have like reserved parking. Those rich bastards.
Yeah, if you're rich, fund
to...
this podcast, you asshole.
Yeah, asshole. So finally, Boobies defeated Fresh Clean Bed Sheets to make its way into our championship game. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to drum roll right now.
the winner of the Tournament of Awesome is Puppies.
Whoa, holy
57% of the vote.
I am surprised.
I believe that says 57. 57, yeah.
57, wow.
I know.
You can't deny the power of cuteness. That is Puppies.
Yeah. I was pretty sure Boobies was going to win like by 100%.
You and I both were like, yeah, this is going to be all about the boobs. But like, damn, Puppies, all right.
Because you all don't know how to act.
I think Jerry Lawler was the deciding vote. He thought puppies and boobs were the same thing, so he just voted for the one line he uses all the time.
Oh,
Puppies!
that could be it.
Yeah,
That could very much be it.
believe it was.
Well, anyway, folks, there you go. Puppies is the winner of the 2025 Tournament of Awesome.
Yeah. Damn Memphis, they worked us into a shoe.
I know, right? Well, that was fun, guys. Thank you guys for playing along with us. And should we invite them to maybe continue playing along with us on the show?
Heck yeah.
Before we get into some news, well then, why don't you guys sit back, relax, come hang out with your boys, and play along with Chris, myself, and Bailey, because now it is time for...
It's the fantasy rock draft. We're building our teams with legends and risks. It's a rock lover's dream. Chris picks his players.
That's what I do.
Justin picks his two.
That's me.
Reign supreme. That's up to you. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, indeed.
All right. Of course, that sound can only mean
It is time for this week's fantasy rock draft.
and this week's.
Shout out to our good friend Bailey for the topic this week. Sorry, I'm overtaking you here.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
You're all
Go
good.
ahead.
No, shout out. This is Bailey's idea, actually. We ran with it. So this week's topic: bad albums by great bands.
Yes, bad albums by great bands. And before we get started here, I'm going to show this real quick.
Yes. Yes. This is gonna be a running joke for the season.
Wow.
Remember that.
Remember.
I'm updating the fantasy rock draft banner, which we should have done.
Yeah, and hey, if you're the guy, the only original member from the Village People who wants to sue us, please do. I will give you 1 Canadian loonie. It's worthless to you anyways. So
A loony.
yeah, since you
fact
want
that
to
it's
tariff the
called-
shit out of us.
The fact that it's called a loony should tell you it's worthless. I wouldn't spend it just because of that.
Oh, our dollar's always been shit anyways, so I mean, it doesn't matter.
For a long time. So we've been flipping this coin when it's just me and Chris. And for a long time, I thought this was like some kind of fucking Canadian thing because I have no idea where this came from. So I thought it must have fell out of Chris's pocket and into my house. No clue where this coin came from. So I was like, oh, this must be like a loony or some shit. And then I show it to Chris when I finally hunt it down because I'd lost it for a while. And turns out it's a peso. It's not
That's what I
even
was
a
gonna say.
peso.
Peace out.
Yeah, it's like 1 cent. No, it's $1. That's a peso.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that shows I don't know which direction on a compass my random coins come from. So
North, south, it don't matter.
anyway, terrible albums by great bands. Bailey, why don't you go first? What was your first draft pick?
All right. Well, it's fitting because of the shirt I'm wearing, Metallica, which is one of my favorite bands. I know, Dustin, you have your problems with them, and I respect it. Yeah.
I don't shit on their talent. You notice when it comes to Nirvana, I shit on their talent. When it comes to Metallica, I never do.
I respect your opinion here, but they're still one of my favorite bands. But it's not of this shirt I'm wearing, which is Injustice for All, which is a great album. In fact, I think it's their best album. But no, it's their very infamous album, the one that spawned a very dramatic documentary, Saint Anger. I mean, it's kind of fitting that it's my first pick. I mean, just the bad production, just the bad snare drums by Lars, the no solos. I mean, I could say a million different things about that album and the reason it's bad, but that's my first pick, Saint Anger.
Yeah, that was also my first pick, by the way. And I think it was Chris's too.
I think that's one we always would go to for like bad albums, like definitely. Where's my snare?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good because anyone can play it at home. Just get pots and pans. Look, Mom, Lars Ulrich.
Jangle them together.
Yeah.
Beer keg like Slipknot.
Yeah.
I've seen a video of that where somebody, instead of using like a normal snare drum to play that album, they play a beer keg, and all the comments were saying it's like, this is Metallica if their drummer was the drummer or percussion players of Slipknot.
That's pretty funny. Well, Chris, what's your first pick?
Another bad album that comes to mind, Van Halen 3. I don't know why this needed to happen. Like, I get it. Like, they wanted, like, the whole story is they wanted to rush in with, this new singer they got. Oh, Eddie Van Halen thinks Gary Sharon is now, like, his fucking muse or something. But, like, bro, no. These songs, like, dragged on way too long. They're not good. Also, why is Eddie Van Halen singing on this album in his, very raspy Chainsmoker voice? Like, no thanks.
Yeah, it would have made more sense for Michael Anthony to sing because he's like a good backing singer.
That's true, but that dude's like like the Meg Griffin of Van Halen. He's just there to be bullied at this point, unfortunately.
Right. And we talked about the inspiration for picking that is this series Train Records, but he made a good point on that album. And for every version of Van Halen, it seems like the singer, whether it was David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar, they kind of dictated the direction where the style of music would go.
100%.
And you could tell on that record there was no direction.
There wasn't. It was very much like an Eddie Van Halen solo album. Like, I don't know, they got some random producer who's more known for making TV theme songs than actually producing a rock album, which is like ridiculous to me. Yeah, let's get the guy who did the fucking greatest American Hero theme. You know, that shit's a bop, but like that doesn't work for, you know,
For the
Van
Law
Halen
and Order
album.
team.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Mike Post though.
And that's the thing also, like Gary Sharon's not like, I'm not a huge fan of Extreme, but they have some great songs.
Yeah, he's
So,
a good singer. He's talented, but I think give him, you know, they should have went on tour for a year or two, you know, sort of have like at least see if there was chemistry, there was a blend going on, and then, you know, okay, let's go in and write an album. You know, get a familiarity with your new guy, in a sense.
Well, my first pick, you know, Chris and I kind of agree on something here. It seems like number threes in trilogies never do well. You had the Godfather 3, you got Van Halen 3, you got Quiet Riot 3. And I have chosen Quiet Riot 3 as my, probably my number one, because it's my least favorite too. So let me ask you guys something. You guys are Quiet Riot fans, surely.
I've heard of some of their stuff.
Can you name one song off of Quiet Riot 3?
Hell no.
Neither can I.
I mean, that's pretty crazy, especially for like, you know, a band that was like the first sort of like hard rock metal band to be like number one with an album on Billboard. And then by your third album, no one can name anything off of it. Oh my.
Yeah, that's a steep ass decline right there.
That is.
So well, I know, like you had Metal Health and you had, what was the first one?
Critical Condition, I think, was the second record.
Okay, so Metal Health, or so which one's the one that had Come On Feel the Noise on it? Was that
it was Metal
Health?
Health. Because that had Bang Your Head and a few other songs from there too.
Yeah.
Well, Critical Condition had good songs on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Mama, We're All Crazy Now, I think is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, okay, so in Googling this, I found that the song "The Wild and the Young" was the lead song on the album, and apparently it got a music video. I don't know. I couldn't tell you nothing about it.
Yeah, but what year was this album even released in? It was probably what, late 80s?
86.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the thing too. I think with, you know, like the hair metal and stuff there, like it kind of probably peaked around like that time.
Yeah.
Because by 89, you had all these random fucking bands just showing up.
Yeah.
Except for Skid Row, that was like the last like big one that did anything.
Like Slave to the Grind, their second album was a big deal on like the charts and stuff.
I don't even think that was more hair metal. I think it had elements of like heavy and
they lean
metal.
more metal, like not hair, more like into actual like metal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bailey, why don't you tell us your second pick?
All right, second pick. So this is debatably a great band, but they're very popular. We've talked about them a lot. I have a feeling someone might pop up on this show when we mention him. And I could have went 3 different records for this band because they had like 3 consecutive not so great albums, debatably. But I had to go Generation Swine by Motley Crue. It's just another record that was reviewed on Train Records. It's perfect because for Motley Crue, I mean, it was in a very dysfunctional period when Vince Neil got back with the band. And it just seems like it was that weird area the album came out where, at least with the self-titled album that they did with Karabi, they were like, you know, chasing grunge. This was in that weird rock period before like nu metal got popular, where Motley Crue did not know what trend to chase. Like, and a lot of the songs were not really written for Vince Neil. They were written for Karabi. So it's Vince trying to sing 90s songs. There's a couple that are kind of okay, but it's just like Motley Crue is a hair metal 80s band, and I think they should have just realized that, and they should have just kept doing that. And that's the problem with a lot of hair metal bands. And I mean, come on, fucking Brandon. Like,
oh god,
that is the worst. Tommy Lee was like, oh, Peter Criss got popular doing a Kiss song, and it was their biggest hit ever. Let me try doing it, and let me try being romantic with my popular relationship at the time. Oh my god, it is the worst thing I've heard ever.
That is awful.
I sometimes listen to it just if I'm in a really down mood, and I listen to that and I just laugh. Like
That song is like if Tommy Wiseau wrote music. It would end up being that.
and like this is the
that's
guy
it's so
that wrote the piano riff to like Home Sweet Home, which is a mega power ballad, and
Mhm.
that is the thing you're gonna sing,
Yeah.
dude? Really?
It's ironic because Home Sweet Home, I think, is the only good Motley Crue ballad because the rest of them suck.
I agree on that.
That's the only one I could think of. I'm like, oh yeah, there's that, and then nothing else really.
Yeah, I mean the only song on Generations One that's kind of okay is "Afraid," like the one single they
The
did.
one radio single with that weird ass fucking Terry
Music video.
Gilliam looking music video.
Yeah, it was like it was like Motley Crue trying to do Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, it was weird. They tried to do industrial. I was like, oh gosh.
L-
They tried to
Larry
do a lot
Flint.
of shit in one.
Larry Flint was in the music video. The dude that found Hustler magazine
Yeah.
just because he partied with them in the '80s. Like what?
Yeah, we'll throw anyone in this video. Fuck it. Except their
Yeah,
wives.
weird ass album. Number 2, my second pick.
Well, Chris, what's your second pick?
This is like from a great band that has, made plenty of albums. But this one, I don't know, I just could never click with, never connect with. It's kind of in a weird era where like a weird decade where they just weren't as prolific as they were before. Flick of the Switch by AC/DC. I don't know, like, the title track is all right, but like everything else just sounds like very like bare bones to me. I don't know. So that's one I always have been like, it's not really their best work. It's either late 70s, very early 80s is like stuff. And like, they had a weird like 6-7 years in the mid to late 80s up until about 91 when Razor's Edge came out. And that was sort of a bit of a renaissance for them. Even they had a couple albums in the 90s that were kind of like,
Yeah.
Well,
the thing with AC/DC is also they have a habit of doing that thing where they put out like a new record and it'll have like one, maybe 2 good songs on it and a bunch of filler. Hell, some of their filler is where they change the words to songs that they already have, like what they did with Whole Lotta Rosie and whatever that other fucking song was. And then they try to pass that off as some filler track because they think you're not listening anymore by that point or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, we got your $15, bitch.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they're very
started doing that a lot toward the end.
I mean, they're very straightforward hard rock. So I mean, they're the one band that's never done like ballads or changed their sound.
Ever.
Yeah.
Well, you got to love that about them. I want my AC/DC to sound like AC/DC
Yeah.
I agree.
at this point. Well, speaking of wanting my bands to sound like my bands, my second pick is Devil's Reign by the Misfits. This one was released in 2011 featuring Jerry Only on vocals, and I had to look it up because the guitar player was some guy named Dez I never heard of and some guy named Eric Chupacabra Arse.
What? Is that actually real?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And of course, Jerry Only was on the bass and vocals. I just don't like Misfits as a three-man group. And by this point, it was literally Jerry Only and 2 guys you never heard of.
So Doyle
Right.
wasn't even on the record. Wow.
No. It does have some additional musicians. It looks like some people came in for a few tracks, but Doyle is not one of them, and I don't recognize anybody here. So,
You don't care.
or
Yeah.
I also don't care. That is 100% true. I can't name one good song. If I was gonna pick one good song off of it, I would say the title track, "The Devil's Reign," is. I wouldn't. How do I word this? I wouldn't turn it on myself. If it came up in shuffle, I would probably skip it. But if you played it, I probably wouldn't kick you out of my car for doing so. But I've tried to like this album. I really try to find something about every era of Misfits that I like. and this just ain't it. There ain't nothing on here. I remember the day I downloaded this, I was so excited, and hell, I was at Rick's house, and then within
Hi,
an
Rick.
hour, hi Rick, then within an hour, I was bored to fucking tears. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you
Fucking
say
awful.
this was the worst Misfits album, or that random covers album they did with Ronnie Spector?
I like. Well, are you talking about the '50s one?
Yeah, Project
Project.
1950.
I
'cause-
like that. I don't know why fans bitch about that. Like, I mean, I thought it sounded great, even if I didn't like the. Well, the Misfits is a doo-wop band anyway. Let's just get fucking real. Anybody that says it's not is full of shit. All you got to do is take the Misfits, take their guitars, and turn off the distortion, and it's a fucking doo-wop band.
Yeah, you can
and
change the tempo up, definitely.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
been like that since at least Graves era. Cause like, look at well, I got something to say. I killed your baby today, and it doesn't matter much to me. You see what I mean? Like, you can do the same fucking thing with Last Chris. You can do it with
Attitude.
well, I mean, there are exceptions, but I mean, you've
Yeah.
got like "Crying on Saturday Night" is my prime example of a doo-wop song. That's the one that's like, I was thinking about you. There was something I forgot to say. I was crying on Saturday night. And what I
Damn.
just did just then is how I sing that song normally on karaoke night.
Yeah, something Dean
that's
Martin's
how that's
doing
going.
that bop there, man.
I'm gonna do that
Like-
with London Dungeon.
So with that being said, Misfits releasing an actual doo-wop album was kind of cool to me because I thought Diana was really good on that. I listened to Diana off that album all the time. I listen to Great Balls of Fire off of that album all the time. I don't listen to the album, but there's like a handful of songs that I like anyway. That when the Misfits covered them, the Misfits version went into my playlist and is still there to this day. So I can't hate on Project 1950. But The Devil's Rain ain't got shit that I was ever interested in. The first time I listened to it was the last time I listened to it. It was the biggest piece of shit I ever listened to by this band. And I was thoroughly disappointed. Actually, that's not fair. I did go back and listen to it actually very recently because I wanted to give it a chance. After we did that Michael Graves interview, I was like, well, let's give this another chance and see if maybe I can find something on this record that I do like. And like I said, The Devil's Rain came out of that session with okay, I wouldn't kill somebody for playing this on a long car ride. But the rest of it didn't get that honor. So Devil's Rain by the Misfits is my second draft pick. And it's time for the final one. What you got, Bailey?
All right, so I picked a one you guys probably were thinking about picking, and I think it fits. Music from the Elder by Kiss. Like, I know in hindsight, a lot of people actually it has like kind of a cult following, but I think it didn't make sense for Kiss to do an album after doing like two poppy and disco records, like doing a concept record, like
A Dungeons and Dragons album.
Yeah, with a door knocker on the cover.
Dude, that's two of my
yeah,
favorite things. It's like, I love that fantasy, medieval, nerd shit. I love all that nerdy shit. Ren fairs and stuff like that. And I love Kiss. So I thought this is two things that are right up my alley. Let's mix the two together, and then it's kind of like I like spaghetti and I like Dr. Pepper, but I wouldn't pour. But you know, if you pour Dr. Pepper in your spaghetti sauce, it tastes like shit. So
Yeah.
so you know,
Maybe GNR should have done that. They should have offered Dr. Peppers when Spaghetti Incident came out.
One free bowl of spaghetti with a side of Dr. Pepper. If Chinese Democracy 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Double the
But,
stakes. Double the budget.
Going back to Music from the Elder, like, it sucks that this was the only album that had what I thought was the best Kiss lineup, and Gene, Paul, Ace Frehley, and Eric Carr. And yeah, it just didn't make sense. From what I've read and what they've talked about in interviews, the producer Bob Ezrin was like coked out of his mind when he was producing the record. So kind of makes sense. I don't think this might not necessarily be the worst Kiss album, because they did I don't know, Carnival of Souls, which is very forgettable in the 90s. Some of the 80s records were they were just chasing hair metal bands pretty much.
Oh
Yeah,
But-
the 80s is rough.
The 80s,
Yeah, except for like Creatures of the Night, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, Lick It Up was like
So-
fine, but
Lick It Up had one
Everything
good
else.
song on it, bro.
and Lick It Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the cheesiest songs that Kiss did in that decade was like "Let's Put the X in Sex" and like
Yeah.
"Rock Hard." Like, they're cheap. Watch the music videos; they are
Yeah,
the epitome of 80s fucking cheese, man.
That's
Yeah.
all Paul Stanley, bro. You know, I had to put the image. You know, it's like him in fucking Decline of Western Civilization too. Rock and roll,
Yeah.
baby. As the camera's up here looking at me and my chest pubes.
we
That's the other
need to watch that on here.
Oh
one day.
fuck, that's gonna be
Oh,
like the
yeah.
next movies that rock.
Yes, but yeah, Music from the Elder just didn't make sense at the time. I guess the only good thing is one of the better Kiss albums followed it, even though Ace pretty much left the band because of it. Maybe not necessarily because of the album, but like it was his last album last full album ever, because Psycho Circus in the 90s, he only played on a couple songs.
Yeah, I saw
yeah.
that where they were getting other people to play their parts.
Yeah, which is kind of messed up. I mean, I don't know. It's Gene and Paul's band, but like, I don't know. That was kind of weird that they did that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Music from the Elder, my third and final pick.
All right, Chris, who's your final pick?
Ooh, final pick. Well, this is a case of when you let your manager take over literally everything, including somehow weaseling his way into producing your final record as a band. Cut the crap by The Clash. This thing fucking sucks. Plain and simple. It's so bad the band doesn't even recognize it as an album, so it's like non-canon.
Damn, even the band's like, nah.
So they're like, yeah, London Calling, and then like we retired.
It's like
I
the
do
Beach
that.
Boys album that they
Oh
did.
god. Summer in Paradise. Yeah, that's non-canon too. Even if it was just really shitty, bad remakes, reworks, and like new sort of quote unquote updated versions of old Beach Boys songs. Then it's like, oh yeah, John Stamos is here. Cool. Because John Stamos is the only one Beach Boys fan that's actually like not in his 60s. At least
Oh,
at the time
yeah.
of recording.
It's like Stamos being a member of the Beach Boys is as much as Spike Lee is a like basketball player for the New York Knicks.
It's like as much as Jack Nicholson is a Los Angeles Laker.
There's Lakers.
Well, folks, my final pick, and I'm not even going to tell you anything about it. I'm not going to discuss it. I'm just going to tell you the title of the album. Because I got to admit, when we were drafting these earlier, I kind of hit a stumbling block, and then I discovered an album that I've never even heard. But the fact that it exists makes it the ringer, I think, to win this whole fucking thing. The name of the album is Unfinished Music Number 1, Two Virgins. Recorded by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Need I fucking say more?
Yeah, there you go.
That's the Fantasy Rock Draft, folks. You can go vote as soon as the show's over. We'll get the poll up tonight, and you can go vote. We'll find out who won this week's Fantasy Rock Draft. So, yeah, there we go.
I mean, another
Pretty bad choices.
honorable mention here. I saw Frost mention in the comments. One we did mention while we were doing the draft, Metal Music Machine by Lou Reed.
Yeah, that one came up when we were doing the draft, but it didn't.
Lulu.
Lulu
Nobody
too,
did.
yes. But I mean, it did give us one of the best wrestling memes of all time that has outlasted all of us now. So
I am the table.
yes.
Well, folks, we want to encourage you to go check out our video, the Guns N' Radio Boston Road Trip, featuring the Dropkick Murphys. Your boys Mason Frost, Rick Dunsford, and, of course, yours truly. We all had a big-ass trip to Boston, and we got over an hour and a half's worth of footage for you here to check out in this vlog. Come on and follow us over there, because I'm going to tell you, it's got a little something for everybody. It's got something for if you're a historian and you're into that kind of shit, we got something for you. If you're into music and you want to see some music footage, we got something for you. If you're just into seeing what kind of beers and some of the bars in Boston are like, then we got that for you also. So come on, check it out. Guns and Radio's Boston Road Trip is available right now on our YouTube channel. Just want to plug that really quick before we get into the rock and roll news. But man, we had so much fucking fun on that trip, and we actually had over 6 hours worth of footage. I just got it down to an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the super extended, Godfather treatment on like fucking Patreon, maybe. Who knows?
I don't know. We'll
Special
see.
edition.
Yes.
We'll see. One of the things that took up a lot of the time that I wasn't expecting to be as much of the vlog as it was when we first planned this was when we go to look for Mason's 12th great-grandfather's grave. Mason traced his family lineage back, and he found his oldest relative on record was actually buried in Boston, and was buried in Boston at Harvard at one of the graves that you can visit in that public historical area there. So not only did we have to find this motherfucker, which in the video I think it takes us, I don't want to spoiler it too much, but it takes us a little bit in the video while we're hunting that down. But in real life, it took us, I think we looked for about 2.5 hours in real life. We spent looking for that damn grave. But then after that, we end up getting invited into a church that Mason's great-grandfather helped build when he was alive, that is still standing to this day. And that, believe it or not, is some of the best parts of the video, man. I didn't expect to get some history in there, but we did. And I don't know if you're a history nerd. I kind of am, though, so that was pretty cool for me, especially when we get an impromptu tour of the inside of the church and some pretty breathtaking shots we got there of how huge this place is. It was pretty wild. But all that and much more, and of course, your boys, the Dropkick Murphys, got some footage in there, too. You get to see me at a mosh pit for the first time in, God, at least a decade and a half. I can't remember.
Probably the last time.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in the circle pit. I was in the big one. Like, Rick and Frost thought I left, but I was in the pit. Yeah.
Yeah, I got swarmed by the circle.
He's a man. Dustin's a man's man.
No, I'm not.
He's a man's man.
But I was feeling it, man. I can't explain it. I was feeling it. Was I sore the next day? Oh, hell yeah. But at the time, I don't know. I was just feeling it. So I jumped in there, and I got to getting rough with them boys. Show them the kids how it's done. But no, we had a really good time. We met some cool friends along the way and all kind of cool shit. Would you stop it?
Would you stop it? Would you stop it?
We're fighting over the QR code right now.
I'll help you out, God damn it. Jeez.
But by the way, I think I saw a photo. It was a meme of somebody getting a tattoo of a QR code, and it's why? Just why?
It's like
I
people
know,
who
man.
get like tattoos of like the Spotify code of like a song. It's like, just write the fucking lyrics down, please.
I don't know, though. It would be kind of cool if I had and wanted to maintain. Because you got to remember, maintaining a domain is a pain in the ass. It's like $50 a year. But if I could get like the domain to something like ifuckedyourmom.com and then make one of those old internet 1.0 junk websites, and it's just like a gif of somebody humping something, and it's me, your mom. And then,
we'll just buy the domain names of like classic like troll sites from like the mid 2000s. We'll own like meatspin.com.
Chris Caputo ate my balls.
What?
Bet you hadn't thought about ate my balls in a while, have
Yeah, if E-Bomb's World's for sale, we're buying it. $20 and a carton of smokes. That's my only offer.
That are all those weird ass dating websites from like 20 years ago. What was one of them? It had the worst commercial of all time. I think it was like farmersonly.com.
Oh, Farmers Only. Oh, dude, I've got a story about that. I set up a Farmers Only. I kept getting banned because I'd set up a farm. I kept setting up Farmers Only accounts as a goat.
I just remember the commercial. I'm like, oh, this is so bad.
Oh yeah, dude. Me and all my buddies got on Farmers Only, and we all set up accounts as goats.
God.
Looking for a bad boy.
Yeah. Someone would be down.
Oh my God.
I haven't thought about that in years. So the dude I got a tattoo of, that's an old me and Reese high school thing, man. Set up a Farmers Only account as a goat. Oh my God, I hadn't thought about that in forever. That's good.
Oh, my face hurts.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks. And if you thought the show was winding down because we're 45 minutes in, you were wrong. We're not even halfway done yet.
Yeah, boy.
So let's go ahead. Let's get into our next segment because Dustin needs a piss break, and that means we're going to head into rock and roll headline news, and here.
Oh, he just queued himself out of the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Where do I begin? We have a lot of news. I mean, we do have GNR news. I'm going to get to that a little bit later. But I want to follow up with a news thing we talked about a little while, like the last time we did a rock and roll news segment thing here. I know we mentioned Gene Simmons charging, the 12K for the fans to be his roadie, or basically, be Tommy Thayer, but now like 30 years later. So this is what he said. This is actually in his defense. Let's see. He says, he cited that he was inspired by remembering his own questions while attending shows as a youngin'. I was always curious what it's like when they're in a hotel. What's it like when the stage is set up? What's it like being on stage when they're performing and seeing the audience from the stage? And he decided nobody's ever done it. Why not open the idea to be my personal roadie for the day? But you never had to charge people money for that. Like literally, you could just back in those days, Gene, you could walk backstage, and they'd fucking think you're already a hired hand. You get in there, you can sneak in easily. So it's just ridiculous. It's like it's him he needs more money because reasons. I don't know.
Kiss wasn't on the road at the time.
Yeah, exactly. It just makes no sense. And like, especially now, I think we mentioned like his Gene Simmons band solo date shows are not doing well. So
nope.
So whoever paid 12K for that, you're a fucking idiot, and you should have probably saved it for this next thing I'm going to talk about. Speaking of more Kiss news, the Kiss Army is storming Vegas this October. November 14th through 16th. Virgin Hotels in Las Vegas. The Kiss Army is storming. Yeah, because there's 20 of you guys, I guess. I don't know.
There's only fucking 20 left, you think?
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, look. We talk about rock and roll genre that's now more for people who are like double my age. So
what is? I thought they were doing a residency.
No. So it's basically a Kiss. The Kiss Army is like their big fan club, whatever. They're doing a whole weekend convention thing there. So it's to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the formation of the Kiss Army fan club, and also the 30th anniversary of the first ever Kiss fan convention. So it's already been announced.
Dress to Kill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This year is also the 50th anniversary of Dress to Kill.
And Alive, I think, as well.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. We're at least in the same year.
Yeah. 30 years actually, that album was recorded in 95, didn't release till 97. I was about to say 30 years of Carnival of Souls.
Oh.
40 years of Asylum, though. So.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
What was that? Tears Are Falling?
Yeah, that was the. Tears are falling.
It says according to Rolling Stone magazine, Kiss. Never mind. They've canceled their They had a residency scheduled for December and canceled it. Okay.
Yeah. No, they did.
Well, didn't know that.
Wait, this
year?
They
canceled it already?
Yeah, they were coming back.
Yeah, so now they are technically coming back for this.
Because I just looked it up.
They're coming back for this big fan convention. It's the quote live unmasked performance by Kiss. So I don't know. And then they also announced some.
Get to see them.
Yeah, and they announced
There's
some guests
that are going to be on.
Oh yeah, Sebastian Bach's going to be there.
Are these
Tommy
going to be the
Thayer
people actually
gonna be there.
playing?
Yeah, yeah. He'll be
Tommy
playing.
Thayer's in Kiss, my dude.
Yeah, but it says here in his former band, Black and Blue, is going to be performing as well.
Okay.
So he's there.
Bruce Kulick.
Bruce Kulick's already been announced. They have tribute acts, Mr. Speed and Kiss Nation, the Kiss tribute show. So.
Oh, it'd be funny if they had mini Kiss. Oh Lord, hang on.
That would be that actually might be better than real Kiss at this point.
Hang on, let me
That's
take
true.
this.
Yeah.
Hey Jeff, how's it going?
Oh goodness.
You guys live?
Yes, we're live.
No,
Yeah.
we're not.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I wasn't able to make it. Old Jeff here had to go to a special store before they closed, and, well, he totally forgot.
What vibrators or sex store?
Well, the lube comes in, like, once a week, right? And if you're not there at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, you're fucked.
Yeah, they'll
You're
get
just
you.
gonna get it. You're gonna get it raw all week.
Yeah, you want that water-based shit too. None of that sticky, oily crap.
No, none of that stuff. You know, you don't want it to, like, the oily stuff gets on your clothes, and then you have to walk in public, and people know what you were doing.
Yeah, you got that shiner shining out through the tip of your pants. That one little dot.
Am I on speaker?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
Hi, everybody. I hope the spring's going great. Just wanted to catch up, say hey, and sorry I missed you all tonight.
It's good to hear from you, Jeff.
Big doings there in the guns camp, huh? New drummer and everything.
Yeah, I
Bailey
think.
We haven't gotten that.
basketball bracket. I feel like, you know, you miss 3 weeks, you miss a year.
I know, man.
Yeah, I won.
It seems like it.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play next year. I busted out early.
Yeah, well, I took Syracuse losing in there, or not Syracuse, but Clemson losing in the first round, and I had a 100% bracket going into the second night of the games, and then I just got it all went to shit.
Nah, well, that's a shame. Well,
Yeah,
Jeff,
wow.
man, thank you for calling, man. It was good to hear from you. Maybe we can catch you on the next one.
Just let everybody know I'm writing Bailey off on my taxes this year. I'm claiming his ass. He knows why. And that motherfucker kissed my ass. All right, guys. Have fun. Enjoy the podcast. Sorry I couldn't make it.
Oh, it's all right, bro. Good night.
Oh my goodness.
Peace.
He's
All right, Jeff, everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
man.
too busy passing by the vice president's house or whatever the hell he talks about all the time.
JD Vance's house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, JD Vance has become a meme in his own right. Him and that one Photoshop picture of him with a fat face and the curly hair looking like a Cabbage Patch Kid. Dude, that has been my favorite meme for the longest time now. I just can't get tired of it. And every time I am, they add something to it. Like first they added the hair, and then when I started getting tired of that, then they added the couch. And now it's funny all over again. So, yeah, let's keep those JD Vance memes coming. Oh, man, that's hilarious to me. But I think Jeff spilled the beans on some stuff that we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to read Frost's comment first while we're still on the topic of Kiss. Tommy Thayer also recently had a kid with like a 23-year-old. Well, good for you.
Oh, good for him. He's pulling the Matt Sorum effect now.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
bud, easy. Don't be having kids like Mick Jagger when you're like 73.
or Al Pacino when you're in your 80s.
Yeah. Oh God. It's like why? Why?
You're not even
You're
gonna
gonna
walk
be dead
in
in
winter.
10 years less.
That's why, because you don't have to fuck with raising a teenager.
That's true. I mean, that kid's gonna be left with a nice fortune. And you know, he's gonna be like, oh, that was my dad in Scarface. Oh, cool. Okay. And then that kid will be like, oh, sorry, this movie is offensive to everyone and everything.
See, by then, that would have been to our generation. Like if somebody said, oh, by the way, my dad was Groucho Marx.
It'll be that much of a time gap, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Was
dad was
his
like one of the
name.
Corleones as well.
Oh, man. So what's next in rock news?
Hang on, sorry. A lot of Kiss stuff here. Hang on. I think we can just get right into the other big GNR news. Like I think randomly we're on the break one day, and then it was like, oh, Frank has now left the band amicably. And then I
Yeah.
think there's a whole series of stuff going on our Discord. Someone found a Wikipedia article finding the new drummer was Isaac Carpenter, which was Duff's former drummer from Loaded. And he
Yeah.
was also part of AWOL Nation for a while.
Oh wow, that's some
And then it was
great.
actually confirmed like the day after. Oh yeah, Isaac Carpenter is the new drummer of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. So, do you guys think Duff had something to do with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
I believe
absolutely.
wasn't the thing like he's in charge of like the rhythm section of the band now?
Yeah.
Like that's his thing.
I
And
figured that would.
didn't at some point Duff McKagan try to get rid of Frank previously?
That seems like a rumor. I don't know, but like there's other reasons why. I think someone had mentioned in our Discord like, oh, like he couldn't like perform up to the standards when they were doing Absurd or something. When they were like putting,
Uh-huh.
I guess, re-recording that or some shit.
Well, that's the other thing. The last couple singles that they released, Frank wasn't even on. It was Brain, because perhaps in the general that was Brain, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I'll look this up. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure it was Brain.
On the
Oh,
old
drums.
podcast, like admittedly, like with Frank, like me and Jeff and even Sid, we kind of gave Frank shit. But to be fair, I thought in recent years he actually was getting a little bit better, like when it came to performing with Slash and Duff.
Hmm.
So, and I mean, you guys have pointed it out, like it's like they have to play it more fast paced because I mean the lead singer is going to have, he has the say when it comes to how fast the tempo of the songs need to be, especially for Axl.
Yeah.
So
then Duff goes and brings in his drummer from his shitty band, and
yeah, I was about to mention that. I know Loaded's your guys' favorite band on the show, so you guys are must be very excited.
I would say, Rapid Fire is so rare that I actually look forward to it, even though I know it's going to be terrible. So yeah, I guess Loaded is my least
You
favorite.
guys you're not a fan of Susan.
They have one album that's like okay. I remember. I think the songs from the Sick album are actually kind of decent, looking at it like ratings wise. But then like I don't know, everything else be either huge miss or like a pretty decent hit. So like I don't
Yeah.
know. It's very on and off. That was like us with Izzy at first.
Yeah.
Well, who are the other? There were other rumored drummers for like other than Isaac Carpenter. There was Slash's drummer. There was
Of course,
Brent
Matt
Fisher,
Sorum.
rumor.
Sorum.
People
yeah,
were
was-
like, "Not Sora or Steven Adler." I'm like, Steven Adler can perform like 1 hour, like with his health problems and stuff. Like the guest spots is the only thing he can do.
Yeah,
At
it
this
was never
point, he
going
can
to be
just,
Steven.
like, yeah, and then like
Rufus
that,
Taylor.
maybe
Josh
if
Freese was
Sorum-
another one.
Oh shit, Freese would have been cool because like he never got to perform live with the guy in the band for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't just bring back Matt and Steven and put them on separate sides of the stage and just light up whoever's playing at the time.
I mean, they play 7 Appetite songs. I think Steven could do all of them. I mean, that's what, like a half hour of performing every night?
Yeah, but then there's the travel.
True.
So maybe that's not such a great idea.
Yeah, for Steven and his back problems and all this stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, it seems like there's still a rift between him and the rest of the band, like specifically Slash and Duff. I mean, that's what Franz talks about all the time.
Mhm.
But
Maybe.
I don't know how I'm not. That's just what I heard. I'm not confirming any of that.
Yeah, well, wasn't there something in that book he wrote? Not the one that got published, but the one that got leaked.
Oh, the leaked version. Yeah, I think there was. I still haven't read that shit. But there was something along the lines of like I think like he was considered to be the drummer for the reunion or something, and then like I think Duff maybe apparently threw him under the bus or some shit and said, "Sorry, bro, no," and he got pissed at that the way it was handled.
I think Team Brazil informed him he wasn't going to be part of the reunion instead of Slash and Duff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Axl had to sign off on that. So, I mean, that whole shit about, be loyal to Axl and he'll be loyal to you, obviously isn't. I don't know. It is a business, though, but I don't see how Frank was hurting business. I don't see how this new guy's going to help business. So, yeah, Kind of does
Yeah.
feel like
I mean,
a betrayal.
He's not. I highly doubt this guy's going to light a fire under their ass and they're going to start putting out more music. I mean, the drummer of Loaded.
Maybe, because apparently Isaac Carpenter is also, I don't know if you guys listened to Sebastian Bach's album from last year. He was responsible for writing a lot of the songs on there, and that was actually a half decent album. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe. That's just probably crazy, long term speak thinking. I don't know. It could be like some other shit, 'cause, like maybe he's there to be a songwriter or something as well. But
Dude,
that I highly doubt.
if Brian May couldn't fucking do it, then why the fuck do you think this guy from fucking Loaded, this nobody could do it? Like,
I mean, that's why they should have brought Freese back, because Freese, like, he's performed and written with so many other bands. Like,
He's still credited for arranging all the drums on Chinese Democracy. Those are all
Why
still
not?
his drums, just performed by like 3 other dudes.
yeah, and
I don't
Freese
think-
didn't. You don't. Sorry, Dustin.
No, go ahead.
The only reason he left GNR is because they weren't doing anything, and you
Yeah.
know he had a perfect literally, no pun intended. He had a perfect opportunity for the perfect circle.
yeah, that too. But yeah, Freese I think he was even credited as like a co-writer on the title track too. So I mean, they thought highly of him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Played on "Oh My God."
I think that was the only. Well, no, I think some of his stuff was left on Chinese Democracy. I don't know, but like that's probably his only impact really on the band. Just crazy. And plus, like he has a job. He's free, man. The Foo Fighters. I don't know if the fuck they're touring anytime soon with
Dave's trying to save his
Dave's
marriage
inability to pull out. So
Oh,
that's
man.
another piece of news. Not to get too into that, but I guess the who he had the affair with came out during the break.
oh
who was
shit.
it? Oh, was it the nanny,
It's-
like Arnold?
No, I forgot. Look it up. It was like I don't know. I think she was like a tattoo artist or something like that.
Oh, of course.
Oh man, I hope it was Kat Von D.
Dave Grohl. No, oh gosh.
I don't know. Arnold's was pretty disappointing when it came out.
That was random.
Anna Leslie Nielsen.
No, I think it was Jennifer Young. I think was her name. Something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't.
I'm
find
surprised it
anything
even
about
came out.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it's gonna come out regardless. People will find out anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also going back to your point as well with Frank not even being on these like 4 singles that Guns released. It's all Brain. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Chris Pittman, who I think probably still hates Axl, still gets credited on these songs.
Yeah. Well,
Weird.
Which is no pun intended absurd to me, but
I think
Also, why didn't they just bring Brain back?
yeah, like why not?
I'd have
I
been
don't-
fine with that.
Maybe he was just like, not for me. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to tour, I guess.
What are you doing that's so important that you can't jump on this multi-fucking $1,000,000 train and get a whole bunch of fucking money, dude?
I
Back.
wouldn't get much, honestly.
Because I'm going to tell you, I've got a steady career. I'd get on that fucking train. Yo ass is sitting there a starving artist type in your fucking apartment that you can't afford to live in. Get on that fucking train, dude. You ain't doing nothing.
Your kid's grown
Brain's
up.
doing all right.
He's probably fucking selling shoes or some shit now.
No,
I
he's
mean,
doing all right. I think he's doing fine.
He works with Melissa too, so it's like
yeah, Melissa got in because of him.
oh well.
so.
Okay, so you're making fucking jingles for commercials. Get your ass off the couch.
Hey man, those are
Get on
decent
this
royalties.
multi-million-dollar. Yeah.
Dubstep. This is what they're making.
I'm sure though, if either one of them were offered, they would have came back.
I think so
Right.
too. Yeah.
Because I ain't never seen somebody go, "What? This multi-million-dollar, almost billion-dollar tour here. I just got so much going on. Get the fuck up, Brady. Nah, I'm gone. Kid's birthday, don't care. I'm out."
I think Gilby. There was that rumor about Gilby several years ago that he was offered to perform with them and he turned them down because I think his daughter was playing at Lollapalooza or something like that.
Like a one-off.
Yeah, just like a one-off, kind of like what they did with Steven. So
Had him come in and play 14 years, and everybody still thinks it's Izzy.
Oh my God, there's two of them.
No, it's Richard Fortis.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough. Just tell him that's Izzy and be done with it.
That's it.
It's happy birthday, Joby Clark. I mean Richard Fortis. I mean Izzy.
Yeah. Wait, who now? They're all the same person. And it just becomes like Animorphs, and they all just blend in.
Oh, that'd be a good one. You AI people make that happen.
Yes, yeah. Animorphs from Gilby to Stradlin to Fortis. But it's just the same person.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. Do we have any pressing news? Do we have anything we can skip to move the show along?
Yeah, that's all really I had. I don't know. I had like random other tidbits of stuff, but we can skip those. So
Okay.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
pretty much it for news. All I've pretty much. Because the rest is all just, here's this person announcing a tour. More tours.
Well, hopefully it is the summertime, so.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Izzy Stradlin, we want to give our boy a happy 63rd birthday, my dude. And, we'll give him a little golf clap there. And, there's been a thing that we've started doing on this show when it's somebody's birthday, be it Duff McKagan or Axl Rose, that I feel like we should bring back today. And that, of course, is where we got AI to write a roast speech, and then I got a TTS to read it. And I'm going to tell you, these are always surprisingly mean. But I mean, come on, we all look forward to it every time we do this. Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready, get that applause button ready, because we're gonna welcome the roast bot to the Guns and Radio podcast for the third time ever for the AI roast of Izzy Stradlin. Thanks, kids. I'm glad somebody was excited for this.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, good to see you kids are still enthusiastic. And oh, man. And now, of course, the damn thing ain't working right.
Ah, God damn it.
There we go. I'm trying to get rid of the fucking QR code. There we go. All right, let's go. Take it away, Roastbot.
Ladies and degenerates, burnouts, and burnouts moms. Welcome to the roast of Izzy fucking Stradlin.
Wow.
Hey.
Whoa, Izzy Stradlin, let's go.
Oh, wow, he's already roasting him.
Izzy's one of rock's biggest mysteries. And by mystery, I mean this guy disappears more than his fucking royalty checks.
Hey.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Cue the comedy drums.
I think we've got one of those.
Oh, we do. Hang on.
Yeah, Chris will have to be in charge of that.
Yeah.
If Guns N' Roses were the Avengers, Izzy would be Hawkeye, technically there, but no one really gave a shit when he dipped.
Oh, fuck you, Hawkeye.
Fuck you, Jeremy.
Wow.
I didn't even notice.
Taking some shots.
Oh.
Let's be real, dude wrote half their greatest hits, Patience, Don't Cry, You Could Be Mine. Axl spent more time yelling Izzy's lyrics than Izzy spent acknowledging he was in the band.
Hey.
Hey.
ain't entirely wrong.
People say less is more. Izzy took that as life advice and dipped out so hard we thought he either joined a cult or the fucking Amish.
Or he was traveling America in his damn tour bus that he still has from 20 years ago.
Oh, man. Amish Izzy. That'd be great.
Every couple years, some poor sob spots him at a gas station, posts a blurry as hell photo and fans freak out, he's alive.
He's Bigfoot.
Literally.
Yeah,
100%.
and still looks like he just crawled out of a meth lab behind a Waffle House.
Oh man, I have said when you see people that look like rock stars in real life, like in real people clothes, and you're not famous and you look like that, you look like a meth head. You ever notice that?
No, you look like you just came
You
off
know
a
you're
2-day coke binge.
All right, Rosebutt, you know what?
a true rock star when your most iconic solo moment involves pissing in the aisle of a commercial airplane.
Oh my goodness.
On a plane to Arizona too.
Funny how him and Axel got arrested in the same state.
Yeah.
Only Izzy could have the phrase urinated mid-flight on his Wikipedia like it's a fucking Grammy.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Izzy got kicked off the plane and the flight attendants said it was unacceptable behavior. Unacceptable. The motherfucker pissed on the floor of that plane like it was a Denny's in Tulsa.
Oh my god. What the fuck is up, Denny's? I'm whip out my dick.
What the fuck is up, Dennis?
Drugs are bad, McKay.
Drugs bad and good.
What? You couldn't hold it till we landed like a decent junkie?
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. Dude.
I'm surprised they never wrote a song about that incident.
Pissing on a plane.
It's probably
How
on one of Izzy's solo albums. We just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, maybe it's in the wheel.
Up you got
How fucked up what?
to be for Axel to be the reasonable one in the group.
Oh,
How
gee.
fucked up you got to be for Axel to be the reasonable one in the group?
Very fucked up.
Banned from an airline in the 90s? Hell, before 9/11 you know how much shit you could get away with on a plane? You could smoke a cigarette, while holding a samurai sword, and blow your heroin dealer in that 2x2 bathroom stall and nobody gave a fuck.
I know what he's talking about, that little bitty airplane stuff.
Oh my goodness. It's so
I've been trying to piss in an airplane bathroom before thinking, people fucking here? Like, how?
Yeah, you can only do like horizontal, no vertical.
You got to be able to stand up.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's funny.
I saw this interview on VH1, asked a guy from that flight what it was like. He goes, could have been worse. Reporter says, how? Dude says, at least he didn't start playing the Juju Hounds over the PA.
Oh my god. Oh my. Dude.
Wow.
Now that would have been a fucking crime.
A perfect crime.
Hey.
No.
But let's not act like that was a one-off moment of madness. That was prime Izzy. Snorting fame, drinking success, and vanished like your dad when he went out for cigarettes 20 years ago.
Oh.
Dude vanished faster than a Thanos snap.
He bailed on Guns N' Roses right when they blew the fuck up. Money, fame, stadium tours. Izzy saw it all and said, nah, I'd rather fuck off to Indiana and write bootleg blues records in a garage with no plumbing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. Some of them are pretty
Wow.
rough.
Yeah.
This one included.
This guy ghosted the biggest band in the world like it was a sketchy Tinder date.
Oh,
Sounds about right.
You wanna talk about commitment issues? He bailed faster than Slash's last wife.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Wow. It's just like,
Oh,
just like Jeff says all the time.
If you'd asked me back then to bet on who was gonna peace out first, the junkie drummer, the alcoholic guitarist, or Izzy, guess what? I'd still be broke today.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh my god!
And yeah, he's released a bunch of solo albums, if you count uploading MP3s at 2 a.m. to LimeWire releasing. Wanna find an Izzy solo album? Good luck. You'll need a VPN, a shovel, and a fucking Ouija board.
That's great.
No, this would be accurate before they just stream it. Yes.
Oh, fuck.
All our faces are bright red.
He said a fucking Ouija board.
Ouija board.
Oh man. Oh, my face hurts.
I can't breathe.
I'm crying a little bit.
Ow.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
His album covers look like rejected Microsoft clip art. Guys made like 11 records, all of them sound like they were recorded in a shed with a drunk raccoon on drums. But
My fucking jaws hurt.
Such good shit.
Oh.
he's consistent, makes an album, vanishes, doesn't tell a fucking soul. He's like the ghost of rock hacks past.
Oh my god.
Ah.
They sold so few copies that even FYE was like, what the fuck is this?
Most not gonna sell anything to stay in business.
And look, I get it. The guy hated the circus around GNR. But Jesus Christ, Edward Snowden left a bigger digital footprint.
Oh my god.
That one was harsh.
That was brutal.
Burn.
Holy shit.
Oh man.
Even Axel outlasted him, and Axel has the emotional stability of a gas station microwave. At least Axel shows the fuck up. Izzy couldn't even make it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He treated that shit like a PTA meeting.
Oh my god. Well, so did Axel.
Axel didn't show up either.
Axel at least made a statement though. Izzy was
Yeah.
just like, nah, I didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he did, and then just Axel declining was such bigger news.
Yeah.
Fucking PTA meeting.
You know how fucking lazy you gotta be for Slash to become the reliable one?
Oh, back then, yes. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Don't give me
Now.
that he's private crap. He just doesn't give a fuck. I've seen dying batteries with,
Oh damn.
and still, GNR fans are obsessed with this dude. Like, bro, if Izzy came back, the band would finally be whole again. Man, if Izzy walked on stage, pissed on the mic stand, and mumbled something about Indiana before vanishing into a puff of vape smoke, fans would call it iconic.
Not entirely
mean-
wrong.
He's got a fair point.
Let's face it, Izzy Stradlin is the rock and roll Bigfoot. He's only ever seen every couple of years in a blurry ass photo on the internet, and by now I'm pretty sure he doubts his own existence.
Oh my god. Wow.
Damn.
He helped build the mansion, then crawled out to peek through the window and jerk off in the bushes. But Izzy, we
Jeez.
only roast you because we love you. And because you're definitely not watching this.
He definitely isn't.
I would bet not.
Unless he's the guy that just joined our Discord server.
Yeah. He's got a
Welcome,
burner account. He's got a burner account.
Oh, come on. My computer's froze.
Oh,
Oh, there's more?
Oh, there's
there's a little
more.
bit left. He was giving the outro.
Yeah. Can you hit play, Chris?
Oh, well, let me play it. What the hell?
Oh, no. Well, let's see.
We're pretty sure you don't have Wi-Fi. You're a mystery. A ghost. A one-man vanishing act. A living reminder of what happens when you mix raw talent, zero ambition, and a fuck-it-all attitude. So here's to you, Izzy. The only guy who ever turned down millions, pissed on a plane, ghosted a Hall of Fame induction, and somehow came out cooler for it. You didn't quit the band, you escaped it like it was Shawshank. In closing, Izzy, wherever the fuck you are, stay there. Or don't. Honestly, no one expects anything anymore. Happy birthday, you mysterious bastard. We love you.
All right. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
roast
man.
of Izzy Stradlin.
Yeah.
That was some good shit. My God.
Oh,
That might have been the best one.
He built the mansion, escaped it, and was jerking off outside in the bushes. That's fucking dead on, bro.
Oh,
The
the line
Ouija board
about
is
yeah,
great.
the
That
Ouija board.
killed us.
Yeah. Oh man, that got me. Well, happy birthday, Izzy Stradlin. You've officially been given the "It's your birthday on this podcast" treatment. So
Yes, we roast your ass, but we still love you.
the
Thank you, Izzy,
original.
from a fellow Aries. So
Hey.
yeah. And happy birthday, Bailey. We're not going to roast you this time.
No.
good.
Next year, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
The original roast plan was in season 1. It came up on Chris's birthday. And I was going to surprise him with a roast of Chris Caputo. And then nobody wanted to do it. Because there was like, yeah, you know what? Now we could probably do it. But back then we didn't know this guy well enough to know if he would like get mad or something. And it was like, yeah, you guys are right. Probably wasn't a good idea to piss him off. We didn't know how, you know what I mean? You don't know the guy just quite yet. Like now I feel like it'd probably be funny. I'll do it. I'd take a roasting. That sounds like fun as hell. Anyway. Well, folks, we ain't got nothing left to do. We've been bullshitting you and dicking you around. We've been edging you now for an hour and a half.
Almost, yeah.
So let's see. I think there's not really much to do at this point.
You just got to review our song of the week. That's about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're going to be listening to Iris of the Storm by Slash featuring Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators. And this one comes to us from World on Fire, I believe.
Yes, World on Fire, my personal favorite of the Conspirators albums. So you know it's going to get a good review from me. Spoiler alert.
I can't remember this song, to be honest with you, so I'm glad to get to hear it, man. I hope it rocks. Let's find out. I'm sold already. I'm digging that. I'm digging that little riff at the beginning.
Dude, that opening riff just fucking sucks you in. I love it.
I like Slash when Slash is original too. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like, okay, this is just another generic Slash thing. Like I don't even know how to word that. But sometimes you get those riffs that are so fucking Slash that you feel like you've heard them before.
But like it's still new.
Well, yeah. But this one's like almost completely different. Now, before Myles says a word, I will say this. Whatever it is that makes that formula that is a Slash featuring Myles Kennedy song, this definitely has that already. Like I would be, if you played this for me, I would be very well aware that I was listening to a SMKC song.
Mm-hmm. It's very much the formula, I think, at that time. especially when you're following up, Apocalyptic Love, which is also a really good album too.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
them,
I like that album as well.
I feel like it sort of improves on the formula in a sense. Like it's similar, but it's also like its own kind of thing. I think it greatly enhances, that sort of the SNKC formula very early before, it kind of was like, you could tell by the third album it was getting a little too much.
Yeah, to where it was all starting to blur together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what they did was they got their sound together during the Slash and Friends tour, because that first
too.
Slash album, that's where they all came from. It was his touring band.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like they probably got their sound together and figured out how they play with each other on that tour. And then Apocalyptic Love recorded it, and it was so new and fresh. And then, by the time the others came along, we were still excited. But then by the time you started getting into, what was the last one? Not World on Fire, but Living the Dream.
Well, Living the Dream was 3, and then they had 4.
22. What was that one record they did? I forgot what it was.
It was just the 4th one. It was called 4. That was the last one they did. Living the Dream, I think, was before the pandemic. It was like 2018 or 2019, I remember. I remember seeing them on tour in Toronto when they came around that time.
Sorry, Dustin.
No, go ahead.
I met their bass player Todd Kearns when he was playing with Hookers and Blow.
Oh, nice.
So Todd Kearns, I actually have his pick. Actually, if you can see it right here, it says
That
"Damn
reminds
it."
me, dude. I got a Todd Kearns thing real close in reach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I got his solo album. This was a Christmas present from my friend Liz, and I've been meaning to listen to this. But yeah, that bad boy's been sitting up there for a hot minute. I probably need to display it or do something with it. But I think Todd's good on his own. Like when he sings one of the songs, I think he does a good job. He'd be a hell of a vocalist, so I'm looking forward to checking out his solo album.
They have a great band live. Like all of them are great.
Oh yeah, and I love Todd Kearns mostly because he followed me on Twitter. That's back in the day when somebody followed you on Twitter, and that was cool because it was actually them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm on Blue Sky now, by the way, folks. If anybody's over on Blue Sky, I did quit Twitter and deleted my account. So if you find me on Blue Sky, I'd delete the Guns N' Radio one if I knew how to get to it. So we're also follow Guns N' Radio on Blue Sky. It's a good time to announce that. Oh, Todd,
okay.
So Frost in the comments says he's going to be seeing Todd play later this week with Michael Monroe. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, sweet. That's a good gig. You're playing with, a legend like Michael Monroe. That's pretty kick-ass.
Wow, pretty dope. Yeah, so far so good. Sounds like we got us a flood of emotion going on in the story that we're talking about right now. Which reminds me, I hope everybody in the South area watching is safe, and all your family is too. I haven't had a chance to check on a lot of my friends from over there, but most of them have texted me since all that stuff, so I know they good. So if I hadn't asked, don't think I don't know. I just heard from you since then. So we good. I know you're good. Yeah, man. We got in the Boston vlog the night that I spent the night at Rick's house, but the day before we headed out for Boston, it had come a tornado real close to where we were staying. And tore up a bunch of shit. Now, it wasn't near as bad as the one that came later or even the ones that have come in the last couple of weeks. That area's been kind of getting hit with a lot of twisters lately. So, yeah, just hope everybody's okay. Took the song to remind me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this is? This is "I Miss the Misery" by Hailstorm.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been a wreck
what's on
since you
before?
stayed. Hmm. I've been a mess since you stayed. Na, 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 na. And then the chorus hits. I miss the bad things, the way you hate me. I'm gonna listen for that next chorus hit because this is
So we
giving
see
me
where
some.
Lizzie Hill gets her ideas now.
It's the fears that I must face, but I keep on holding on. I'll let this take me down. I'll risk it all to find my way into the iris of the storm, rising full with the tide. Carry
All right, now we got a Slash solo coming up. I feel like probably got a breakdown before we get there, knowing
Yeah.
this band.
No pun intended.
It's either gonna come before or after the solo.
You think so? Okay.
I think I recall. I know there is a breakdown, but I don't remember where it comes in. I think there's one at each end. I think small ones, like little deviations.
Right on. Slash is getting really. I can't tell if he wants to play metal or the blues in this one, but it's kind of got a little bit of mixture of both.
Yeah,
You can tell he's stomped
more-
that pedal.
it's more metal leaning. It's like kind of like Nothing to Say. From the solo album, the first solo album.
Yeah,
In a bit of ways.
I wouldn't expect him to go in that direction, but that's definitely not a bad thing.
It's a solid ass solo though. It's good shit.
I like it.
Well, I think we found the breakdown.
There we go. It's gonna go right.
Man, it sounds like we was getting ready to play November Rain at the end.
A little
there.
bit. A little
Yeah.
bit, yeah. And I remember, I think this is like a
Slash
nice
is
little
slashing.
outro. Slash, gonna be Slash.
I don't know
Slashing.
though, man. Like, I mean, I guess if you're gonna end a song called "Iris to the Storm" with the November Rain callback, I probably wouldn't be a bad call. I don't
It
know.
wouldn't be, yeah. I mean, he did write the solo of that song,
Yeah, kind of tie those kind of two eras together in a way.
But it would be nice. It would be nice,
Yeah. And what year did this come out?
World on Fire, I think was 20. Jeez, I don't remember.
2018.
Hang on. When did this album come out? God,
It was before we started the show.
2014.
Okay, there it is. I was about to say I thought it was further back than that because I don't know. I just remember
Yeah, 'cause
listening.
I remember the Slash and Friends was like 09, 2010. And
Yeah.
2012 was Apocalyptic Love because everyone's all like, "Oh, it's 2012, apocalypse, end of the world. We got to theme everything." And then
Yeah.
it's like, "Well, nothing happened, you dumbasses." So, alas,
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm starting to kind of think that 2012 shit was a bunch of bullshit. Don't call,
Oh, it's-
call me
You
crazy.
think?
it was just a year for Hollywood to come up with some like mediocre original ideas. I think it's
Yeah.
last year we had original ideas in anything.
I'll tell you something else, man. I'm starting to also think that whole Y2K thing might have been a little bit overblown.
You think?
Yeah. We can blame Prince for that. He started that show all the way back in the 80s. You know, he wrote a song about it, and it's like, oh my god, Mother Theria.
It's a great song, by the way, though.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Prince is my goat, man. So
I remember hearing a lot of people talking about the world was going to end in 2000, then it was going to end in 2012, and I think I'm on like my. But also, we were raised Pentecostal, so there was a new one of these like every couple of years. So
I laugh
yeah.
when people try to predict the end of the world. Like, if it does happen, it's gonna hit us, and we're not even gonna see it coming.
exactly.
And how is me putting $1 in the plate going to fix the end of the fucking world? I'm sorry, preacher. I have a lot of faith in you. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah. He'll build his bomb shelter, not yours.
I kind of feel like this one's out of your court, bro. I don't know. I feel like there's other folks to call for this one. Anyway, let's get in. Let's find out where Slash is going with this November Rain-esque solo. Iris of the Storm, ladies and gentlemen, by Slash featuring Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators. There it is, and the wind blew the rest away. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So there we go. What's in our rear view mirror now? We've listened to it. So, yeah, I guess we got to give our final thoughts and rate this bastard. Who wants to go first? All right.
I'll take dibs then. Sorry to clear my throat there. This is a fucking kick-ass song. I don't know what else to say, man. I like the song. I remember hearing this way back when I was just trying to get into the solo Slash albums, was catching up with stuff. And this is one that definitely stood out. I think, by side, this is like my favorite of the Conspirators albums because there's like song after song. There's like very, very little to no skips on this album. And this is an amazing song to me. I think it just hooks you in with that like opening riff. It's similar to how when Slash came up with the riff for Sweet Child of Mine, that shit hooks you in. This is kind of the similar thing. I think he's going through that like similar style where he's here's like a catchy little thing I'm playing on guitar, and it's like, oh, I'm actually interested. I want to hear more of this, and it kind of sucks you in for this 4 minutes and change song. And I like how in that outro part he brings in like a variation of that main riff, the back in, so it's like it comes full circle the song. Which I like that actually with a lot of stuff that does that. You bring something in that it's the element there. It's almost like he's kind of starting it with like a chorus. Like you hear a lot of even like music from like 20 years ago, even a lot more now. I think now in the streaming age, where like all these songs start you off like a hit of the chorus and they hook you in that way. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of because that same riff he's playing throughout the chorus.
Yeah,
that Myles is singing on. And I think it's just great, songwriting as well. Got to hook these people in somehow. So you hooked me in, so it worked. Obviously, 5 out of 5. I love this shit, man.
5 out of 5. Damn. All right, some heavy praise. Well, I'm gonna go to Bailey next, and I'll go last.
Yeah, sounds good. So with this song, I've always been back and forth of which Slash and Conspirators album I prefer. Like I'm always back and forth between Apocalyptic Love and World on Fire. I wasn't too familiar with the song before we listened to it, and I think it's pretty good. I was a little bit worried when it kind of went started off rocking, and then it kind of went ballady. But I think it wasn't weird like some of the other we've heard Loaded songs try to do that, and it doesn't work out that well. And I'm not trying to shit on Loaded, but I think it worked. I mean, maybe also just because Slash has a stronger band, It's got Myles, who's a great singer, and I think Myles has a good performance. But overall, I think this was a pretty good song. Slash has some great guitar work, not only on this song but on the rest of the album. So I'd probably say 4 out of 5.
Okay. Well, y'all ain't gonna like my review because it ain't that I hated the song. I really didn't. I actually gave it a pretty good score when you think about it. But it is not one that I would put that highly up the ladder. Now, instrumentally wise, it was great. Like Slash had some really good guitar riffs. The only thing really that kind of hurts it is, it's fine that it started out kind of ballady, but it just stayed that way too fucking long. And it seems like it wanted to kick it up a notch and just never got around to it. And to me, it feels like the breakdown part toward after the solo. I was really expecting that to kind of hit into something a little bit better, and then it just went back into what I've already heard up to that point. Not even like really a key change all that much or anything. And that part was a little disappointing to me. And the ending, I did think it was a little longer than it needed to be. I was getting bored with it by the time it was over. I hadn't gotten bored with it, but I was rapidly getting there by the time it was over. And let's see. The November Rain part that we called out kind of sounded like Slash started to play November Rain and then oh wait, I fucked up, wrong song. Just started playing something else and just decided to leave it in. It sounded cool. Maybe it was a happy accident. I don't know, but I mean, I didn't take away any points from that. But I mean, really positively, you guys have said a lot of the stuff I was going to say anyway. I thought it was, I really liked that riff at the beginning, and I like that the way they brought that back in toward the end as well. But yeah, for me, it gets a 2.5. So right there in the middle. Okay. Would I listen to it again? Yeah, I'd listen to this again. I don't know if I would choose it when I was like in the mood for a Slash feature of Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators specifically song. I don't know if I'd put it on their greatest hits, but that's good. It's pretty good. Maybe it would make the greatest hits. Maybe kind of on the B side for me. But nonetheless, 2.5, not a bad song. But the important question is, what did you think? If you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comment section below. For everybody else, head over to gunsonradio.com, get your free invite to get all up in our Discord guts, and tell us what you thought. Yeah, right up in there. Yeah, baby, that's just how we like it. We'd like you to get up in that Discord and tell us what you think about the song and continue the conversation on this and anything else you guys want to talk about. Because God knows you guys have been having some fun with AI lately.
Yeah. Franz.
Rick, too, man. Dude,
yeah,
Rick's been making some good ones that he hadn't been putting out. He ain't been showing people, but he's been sending them to me. And I'm like, ooh, that one's rough.
We've been seeing some Vince Neil ones. So.
Yeah.
That's 2 times though we've mentioned him.
Who's that? Oh,
Vince
never mind.
Neil.
No, that was his twin Vince Neil. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't count. I don't feel like doing it anyway. But what I do feel like,
you let the cat out of the bag.
I'll just call it like it is.
Yeah.
Fuck you, cracky
pig. Just say your phone was on Do Not Disturb. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. My phone's on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, guys, what do you say? Shall we spin the wheel and find out what song we're going to be reviewing next week on the next live edition of the Guns and Radio podcast? We are back, baby.
Spin that
Woo!
shit.
All right, come on now, something good.
To being alive, Izzy.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, belated birthday gift, I guess, from Izzy himself.
Yeah.
Cheers
Not
to
a
being
bad
alive.
thing.
Oh, that'd been good for his birthday song if we had it today. Shit.
Man, you
Cheers
better
to
not die
being
before this
alive.
comes out.
Hell no, please.
You better not pull a Phil Spector on us here and
Yeah, please don't.
fuck up our episode by dying.
Maybe you should cancel the ayahuasca trip, Izzy, okay?
Jeez.
Anyway, well, I think we kind of this was karma bringing this on to us tonight
Yeah.
because we did have a lot of fun at Izzy's expense. So hopefully next week on the show we get to listen to a song that really makes us celebrate Izzy. So that'll be cool. Yeah. I hope that's how it goes. I hope it's not one of those boring ones.
Hopefully.
I don't know. We finished Fire the acoustic album, so I think that one was the only one so far.
No,
It's
no.
full of stinkers, ain't it?
Mostly, yeah. We haven't
Okay.
finished it though yet, but we're getting there.
Oh well. What's this off of?
I have to check right now. Let me look in our fine ass database I've created here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Chris, while we were on vacation, Chris updated the database. Of course, you guys can't see that, but it's really cool for us, and it does
Song
come in
to
handy.
Being alive. Hang on, let me Control F this shit. Hang on.
It's like watching CNN over here, guys.
I don't have this on here. Is this on any album? I gotta look this up.
I don't know. We'll have to. I guess we'll find out next. Oh, I bet it's one of those YouTube songs he dropped.
Oh, like Stuck in the Middle with You?
Yeah. What if it's one of those?
Oh no, it's a
Or Acting
standalone
Out.
single. It looks like okay.
All right.
Okay.
So it's one he threw up on LimeWire at 2 a.m.
Yeah, let me see. 'Cause I think it's it's one of the 2016 singles he did. Like we just released like some random songs.
Okay.
And that was
Well,
it. Yeah.
There we go. I'm gonna have to buy a Ouija board so we can get we can listen to the song next week.
This was released in 2016. It's one of the last songs I think he released on streaming.
Okay, well there you
Became
go.
Bigfoot.
Before he vanished, before he fucked off for 20 years. Well, folks, we're going to be looking forward to checking out To Being Alive by Izzy Stradlin. We're also going to be looking forward to Shotcast Saturday, the return.
Oh, yeah. We
This
back.
Saturday, Guns N' Radio Shotcast comes back again. And all kind of good stuff's coming on. I ain't even going to tell you what to expect because I don't know. So, but yeah,
If you're on
Bailey,
Patreon, you're going to see us in about 20 minutes with Shotcast.
That's right.
So.
Patreon folks get it first, so better hurry on up, or scurry on over there to that Patreon and pay your $1. Yeah, we got some other Patreon things coming. I'm hoping soon to be able to get with Rick and Frost and record a commentary track for our Boston vlog, since it's about like a movie.
Pretty much. Oh, yeah. You can do your own commentary on it. It's a whole fucking movie. It's Guns N' Radio the movie, bro.
It basically
Yeah.
is. I mean. It does kind of watch like a movie, and so that'll be hopefully coming very soon. We'll have to see when I can get the fellas together, but yeah, we'll see you then. And until next time, I want to say first off, thanks to Bailey for coming, and I'm Dustin Bone.
And I'm Chris Caputo. We'll see you guys Saturday. Shotcast Saturday's back, bitches. So join us Saturday, but join us next week where we cheers to being alive with Izzy Stradlin.